I see it.
Yes, sir.
All right. This magic. You know, I'm gonna just go. Well, no, I'll put a fox in on brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that cube. I start off with us a good old fox. Find one. So many folders. So many folders. Are you already recording, Ben?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So this session will be on lighting. Lighting, of course, is stated. An announcement. Sneak box. Like I moved folder. Suit. Cool. All right, so we got this purple suit guy here. Oh, wait. So when it comes to lighting, first things first. The mode that you're in is engine, which is over here to the right. It's a second one down. Looks kind of like the back end of a camera. That's where you need to go first. So EV. I don't really remember Workbench. About. I don't really mess with this one that often. But the main ones that you'll EV and cycles. So right now we're in this EV mode. If you look up here, top here, this one here is for cycles. So with EV, you don't really get any like shadows and things like that. It's rich in color and oh wow, this guy looks. I think I did this in Mixamo. It's all good. We'll work with him. Yeah. Might need to rig this guy. But anyway, cycles is the one that you want if your aim is to have like shadows, lighting, like effects and stuff like that. As an EV that won't work out. So first thing you will want to do is go to this right hand side here, second one, go to render engine, click that, and cycles. Boom, we're on there. If you have a GPU, better to just change this to GPU, it'll render better and faster and everything. I don't have GPU, I just have. So that will make it work. All right, so first things first. I'll go ahead. Oh, now this is cycles. If you can tell like how it changed, this is cycles. So right now in our environment, we don't have any lighting too much. Oh well, actually there's a light. Yeah. So we'll start with this one. All right, so this here is a point light. Um, camera. Okay, it's here. So a point light is it's almost similar to what the name is saying. It's just like a point of light that, according to wherever it sits, it pretty much like lights up that space. So like as you can see, like all right, so right now I have the light selected. This is the point light by default that they have in. So if I grab it just like I normally would with G, I can like see and now I can bring it down. As you see like how the effect is kind of changing the fox. So right now, since it's behind them, uh, it kind of creates this effect of like shine from behind them. So hold on, let's see. I'll throw like a background in. This is what I'm doing right now is called the asset browser. Down here at the bottom, and there's something called Polyhaven, um, which I'll break down how to do this at another point. It allows you to put in what's called an add-on, and well, actually, I don't even know if this is connected to add-ons. This is more so having to deal with just the asset browser, so I don't think it has to deal with add-ons. But anyway, it's a
Mm,
library of things. So
Could
pretty much
I
you got like,
could I say
huh?
something real quick?
Sure.
About Polyhaven, in case someone is not familiar, we went over it on lesson 2. So you can find there how to import your environment and textures and stuff like that. Just find lesson number 2 and we have Polyheaven covered there.
Yeah, I'll throw the website link in here. Let me make sure. Throw the website link in there to so you guys can just get straight to it and check it out if you want. Copy. So, all right, this is Polyhaven here. So if anybody wants to check it out there. All right, cool. So yeah, so pretty much it's a library of things. You got textures in here. You have these HDRIs, which are backgrounds that you can put in. If I throw that in there, but see now that these have their own lighting in them as well. The HDRIs, it's a certain setup. So like right now, I have the light selected, right? So if I click this, normally this is what will bring you to this over here on the right hand side. It'll show you pretty much your settings for the light. You got the point. I think you can even change it. Oh yeah, so you can actually change what type of light you have right here. So if you selected one and you want to switch it, you could right here. So this is good because now I can just kind of show you like the different effects. All right, so first thing you have is a color. So like if you wanted a certain color, to shine behind them, like see now it's a pink, so it's got like this type of deal behind it. You could change the color, mess around with that, or you could just leave it regular, regular white light. And here's the power. So that's exactly what that says. So if I turn this up here, different background here. All right, cool. All right, cool. So back to this is makes it a little easy to see when it's on this gray. So all right, cool. So if I go back over here and I intensify the power, start to see. I don't know if you guys can tell because this is in cycles, but you can kind of see like luminescent, like like glow. It doesn't seem strong though. Something crazy like let's about that. Right, so you can kind of see it start to intensify. How I put it, so that this is 5,000, this is 10,000. So you see, pretty much creates this like glow behind them, so it's like entire back's lit up. And then you can also expand the radius of it, so that's just like the size of the light itself. But as you do that, as you expand it, oh well, from here it's kind of still strong. I guess because the light power is so strong. But normally when you would do this, the larger you make it, the I guess you could say like the light expands and it's not as focused, I guess. This is kind of dope too. I might actually do something with it at some point. Like how the flow is. Yeah, now max bounces, I'm not really sure what this is. This I believe has to do with just like how the light hits something and like how it's creating the shadows. So that is something you can just play around with, to see as you adjust it, like what it gives you, like it more. So I don't see much of a difference. I can't really tell. So it must be something very, very minuscule. So like in Blender, they have all the mathematics and everything in terms of the calculations for how light is reflecting and all that stuff that we don't want to do ourselves is built in. So, within these features, you can kind of manipulate it. I never mess with these nodes down here either. So that's something else to explore in your own time once you get to, fooling around with this. All right, so cool. Like this is the point light, right? All right, so now let's move to the sun. So the sun the sun is something you kind of course, you want higher in the sky. Probably going to definitely need to turn this down. Uh, so like the sun works pretty much very similar to the actual sun. So like you mess with the angle of it more so and like the rotation. So like in terms of where the light hits, how it hits. So let me turn this down. So I'm kind of like 10,000, kind of crazy. 500. Pretty strong. If it's like not high enough. So very lit up right now. All right, cool. So all right, now you can start to see. So I got it on 0 right now. Back, the light kind of move. So now it's past them, so you can't see it at all. I bring it back. So the furthest to the right now, the light isn't casting on them at all. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. Let's see, 20. Like, all right, cool. So see, this kind of looks like Eevee. Like if we go similar anyway. Like so the shadow is just well lit. You don't really see too much shadows. I guess the angle that the sun is pointing is not really casting. But let me see if I add in plane just to add. Yeah, you don't see much shadows right now. Go back to it. Yeah, I don't really see shadows. Oh, okay, I can kind of see one here a little bit. So also, if you remember from one of the other lessons, if you go to the world section over here, which is the one that looks like a globe, the red one, you can always turn down the strength of the light in the scene. So there's already a default light in the scene. So like it's got a color and everything, so I could turn it up. That just makes it super bright. Um, so it doesn't here. Like I can adjust this as well. Like if I wanted to change like to a color or something, kind of mess around with it. Like if you wanted this like soft glow on it, maybe you could turn it up a bit more. Play with the color. Just something to mess with. That's the default light in the scene. Um, but let's go back to the actual light that we have set right now. All right, so that's the sun, right? That's the point. See how I took that away? Now the point is too far away from the fox, so it's not really having much effect. Versus the sun's in the sky is illuminating everything beneath it. All right, so now let's see. Go to spot. Spot isn't something I really use that often. Um, Still figuring out exactly how it works. Honest, feel like it just highlights this area similar to the point, but more focused, I guess. Let's see what happens if I turn on this light in the scene. Yeah, see, like right now, I don't see too far away. Right now, I'm just moving it, trying to feel. Oh, okay, I can kind of see a little bit of light. You see how this light is here and then the shadow here. Okay, so okay, I kind of see what it's doing. Seems to be a softer light. Go back point, see arrow. Okay, so this one has some different settings. It has the power, the radius, and all that. But it also has this spot size. So
Blue here says in chat, I think spot is also a little whiter in general when I've used it.
okay. So I'm noticing also that I think the closer you have it to this, to like this point here, the more of the light it gives you. So right now it's only on 20 watts. So if I turn it up, let's see what we see. It's starting to brighten up. Yep. So if you increase that, you kind of get a little bit brighter. I still want to. I don't see my having it higher. I know it does have a circle at the bottom. But like 5,000. All right, cool. So yeah. Oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah. So it's a spotlight. And I can. What happens if we mess with the spot size? Ah, okay. Interesting. All right. So the larger the spot size, the more light for the area, and then seems like when I turn the blend up, it makes it more dull. So maybe it has something to do, the light and shadows, the blend between the light and the shadows. I like this though. I like it's almost like a metallic type of effect. Seeing what the fox is in. Well, let me see. I just want a quick render. I'll take out a lot of the call it samples, like a little bit, feel for like how this looks. This rotation thing is another thing in Blender that I kind of need down. Because sometimes it'll lock the rotation, and I get this weird like angle I'm at right now when I'm trying to get it back. I'll figure that part out. Yeah, I run into obstacles all the time with Blender. Just in terms of like one of the most recent ones was I was dealing with this thing called an access lock, and pretty much what it was doing was everything that I put into the scene, it was locking it to the central point. So whenever I would go to move one thing, it was moving everything. That was annoying. Took me a while to kind of figure out what to do. Got to use the spotlight a little bit more for a second. Let's see. What else can we? All right, so now we got the area. Okay, so look, so area is kind of similar to Spotlight, except for it doesn't have that blend. Like even right now, I feel like the lock accent. Oh, bear with me. All right, cool. Feel like layout is still gonna be. Oh wow. All right, so looks like Blender crashed. I didn't save it, of course. Remember the lesson to always save the thing that wasn't anything major. I wish they had like a mode where pretty much like wherever you left off, it kind of saved it automatic. Yeah, that'll happen to you, folks. Don't be like me. Save your files. Save your files. Save your files. Save your files. That's one of the worst feelings, especially when you've been working on something for a long time, and then next thing you know, boom, it's gone. You got to start all over. I like to say like that's necessary sometimes. I mean, you know, maybe it wasn't the one. And do it over with what you learn, make it better. So just pretty much we're gonna go over the area one. Then yeah, I mean I guess that's really it with lighting. But I guess we can do an example, try to get a cool one. Show you how you can combine, because you can combine these too, like the lights, to get an effect you want. That's really what it comes down to, is just messing around with like the different lights, combining them, putting them together, get like a certain effect. So like right now, this is the default light in the scene. Or maybe no, having to do this. Yeah, default light still.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. Name of the game. I turn spotlight. This is almost like probably like something you would want to use for like maybe like a car light or something. Like if you say you put some cars behind them, and then you want the light to kind of shine, give that effect that a car light would, the headlights. This looks like a good one for that. I got that one in there. More. And I'm gonna add a new light in. Point. Pretty much just experiment right now. He's put his arms down. He's looking kind of crazy. Yeah, this rig was bad. So if you remember, I was telling you guys when you put a fox in mixer mode with like something on its back, kind of like glitches it. There's this issue of you know, it including that in the that, that deal. Of a rig doesn't look good, doesn't move well, but if you put any animations on it, it looks bad.
The AccuRig a better rig software?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, AccuRig is definitely better. This was pre-AccuRig that I rigged these together, but I feel like it didn't even rig the fingers or anything, just one finger. Okay, never mind, it's kind of controlling them all together. All right, back to cycles. So also in the lighting they have also remember I can't remember who that was. Who asked about that? It was maybe Steph. Steph's not in here right now, is he? Anyway, like
No, not
delete
today.
make sure you delete the keyframes. You're in pose mode, which is up here. Pose mode is like that's where you go in order to move and pose the model. So when you are in pose mode A, select all, and then these will pop up on the playback line, and you just right click, and then so when you hit spacebar or anything like that, it won't just delete pose and go back to the default. So I'm actually dark like that. Interesting. Yeah, I was starting to say for lighting, they have like these different probes too. Say like reflection. I don't really much. Has something to do with the clipping. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I don't use those at all. These probes, kind of mess around with those. Maybe look into them, see if you can find some use for them. I'm thinking like, let's see, like this reflection plane might be useful somehow. And also not know what that is doing and tell. Yeah, I don't know, forget that. But all right. So right now we got a point, and we got the spotlight going. Area like literally an area like panel have whatever the area it's focused on. All right, so right now we got those three lights going. So I'm gonna do another render on 20. Oh no, it's not. 4,000. Oh, and that's right. That was the old one. Still didn't save. Save this case. I delete. not that many samples in. Okay. Feel like so I got like a little like here, like behind them. Light shining from behind them. It's shadows. Yeah. So pretty much this is really like there's no one specific way to light up, a scene or whatever you're trying to create. You kind of just need to experiment, move it around, because you move lights around just like you move the model. Just place them in different places. And my suggestion is to even, I mean, if it's something that you're interested in, to look a little bit into like photography, lighting, some examples, and then you could even mirror that or mimic, bring it in here and do some cool stuff. Yeah, I think this one was kind of short, but it's not really that too much to lighting, but just to show what you can do with it, and that it is a key component. Cause let's see if I turn off lights, that I have. Go and render again. Oh. No shadows. Contrast. Yeah, just without the light is not really much, right? Can't see it well. Oh, doesn't spark colors and nothing. So yes, lighting is definitely crucial in Blender when it comes to renders. I suggest just mess around with it and then post maybe some stuff that you create with the lighting when you do. Um, like it's so much you could do down to a science if you're interested. But yeah, that's lighting. You want to have any questions?
Oh, I have one with the shading lighting. With my Mac, for some reason, I don't have cycles, Eevee. And I don't know if maybe I'm just doing something wrong with the lighting or some
You
reason,
don't
like
have
I can't get
workhorse either.
shade. What?
You don't have workhorse either.
Of course, that.
Yes, another render engine. Go into engine. That's where you need to go for cycles. Remember, I says on the right hand side, render property, render. You see this?
Yeah, I use Eevee. I can see Eevee or Workbench, but I can't see cycles.
That's why I meant workbench, not workhorse. Oh, interesting. What is this feature set on your? They don't support it.
I'll have to check that when I Blender. Not
Yeah,
sure.
I would see
Okay.
if this feature set is the same. Not maybe fool around with the different experiment. Oh wow! So when I changed it to experimental, it seemed like the lighting shifted a little bit, or maybe
Okay.
it just did a little flash, and so I thought it kind of changed the way the lighting is.
So you really have to use cycles. Like there's no way to do it in Eevee.
I don't think Eevee allows you to shades and the light bounces and everything. Yeah, I think it's cycles. If
Okay.
there is a way to do it, I haven't learned about it.
Okay.
There yet.
Then I need to figure out how to get the cycles on. I'll check the feature set and stuff. I haven't.
Sure. Anybody else? Cool. Put a random.
So is this what we're doing?
I'm just showing like how the depth of field works on the camera. So if you go to your camera, you click this icon here, the green one, or whatever camera you're trying to utilize. Then you go down and your settings. You have a few things. You have the lens, the focal lens. So zoom in and out with that. Then go to, well, it kind of looks blurred out already. Maybe if I should probably add another fox in. That should be able to help with the example. Port X. This one there. Back. Pull back now. Right now you can see closer to the light. So alright, so I'm gonna go back to the camera, click this camera icon here, and then go down to depth of field. You click depth of field, see nothing is in focus right now. Just trying to figure out what to focus on. So now we need to click this. This cyborg. Alright, so now you can see how the one in the back is blurred out. So we have him in the front focus. So if I render it, it should be less distortion or noise rather. That's what they call it. Oh wait, I forgot it. Lights off and
I like this. It's like when you use an iPhone camera, you have this feature.
Yeah. Depth of field is a thing in photography with aperture and everything. You can adjust the focal point, f-stop, I think they call it. That just pretty much deals with I guess like the distance between the background and the foreground. Still looks kind of like out of focus. Oh, maybe size. I don't know. But yeah, just another example. So yeah, it's something else you can do. Gives you a photo or like render whatever you're doing some depth, and yeah, just makes it look more cinematic. Yeah, another piece. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and call it for this week. No one has any other questions about the depth of field, that'll do it. Then you can shut off the recording, man.
Okay.